enigmas.
Enigmas.
I think they phrased it as 5 trials. 5 trials, 5 enigmas, and I think there was 5 something else.
Can I add this? I've actually told Seti as well about this. I was reading on Britannica on computer technology, and pretty much every person that was ever mentioned or we ever discovered, it's in here. So
yeah,
Babbage.
Seems like we're going to be learning some ancient fucking coding, as it's kind of like a little miniature fucking decoding boot camp.
Totally.
But yeah, buckle up. This shit's gonna get tough.
What do you guys think it's all about? Honestly, what's your opinion on them?
I mean, I think it's like a new sort of either collective of fun puzzle solving people that are trying to keep an underground profile, or it's like the new quote unquote anonymous of sorts, but not really, because shit was a lot messier back then. This is a lot more structured and organized. So whatever it is, I mean, the people that are orchestrating all of this are extremely intelligent. They definitely have a lot of energy and time and patience on their hands.
I think there are 2 people, because of the way they're. I mean, there could be more, but at least the ones that we'll interact with, I think there's 2. Because whenever I was talking on Instagram with the whoever there, whenever I would ask a more difficult question, I think that person couldn't really answer it, and they would have to wait for the other person. So basically, let's say the architect.
We are under the impression that there's about 3 people, at least.
I was thinking 3 plus the keeper, because there's Ada, Charles,
Babbage.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Charles Babbage. But fucking, what was the last dude's name? Joseph Marie Jacques. So it would be like those 3 plus the keeper.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but there was a definite personality difference.
Oh my god!
Between some people's message responses and others. Like mine was extremely cold. I felt like. I mean, I occasionally got hearts, but like whoever was messaging me was definitely a lot colder than other people that got like a very warm and vivid and quick response. Now maybe it's X, Y, and Z, but
I know for sure that I spoke with 2 people.
Oh yeah.
That I know, I'm certain of. 3, I have no idea, but 2 definitely.
The weird thing was the air of fear and secrecy on their part.
But no, actually, because I have the message. I think they said it themselves, actually, now that I think about it. Because I may or may not have trolled them a little bit.
Yep.
Alone together,
right.
fractured. Okay.
Okay.
And here, the keeper is gone. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get started with today's SitRep. If someone could start recording for us, please.
I started recording a couple minutes ago.
Beautiful. I love to hear that. Just as formality for everyone, please try to be quiet. If you have something to say, please DM me before, so that way I can make sure
that
we do this.
You could set up a stage.
I could, but you know what? Everyone's in here right now, and
next time.
Next time.
Just they have the button to raise your hand. Yeah.
Yes, that is a next time me problem. But for now, please just PM me if you have something to say, and then I will let it go. But all right, well, so welcome everyone. Today is Zero Day. I'm sure you are all aware. Glad you could be here with us. So we're going to be going over the past 3 or 4 days, I believe it's been, since our previous SitRep. If you didn't see that one or were here to attend it, please make sure to read it following up in after this. But so we're going to start out with the February 28th. So on February 28th, they posted a reel, and that is the We Need Help reel. I'm sure pretty much all of you have seen it by now if you've been in the server for a
Hold
while.
up, real quick.
Yeah.
Should we do a full recap? Like, is there anybody in here that has no idea?
There are several people who haven't been in the last SitRep.
There.
Yeah, this is my first time here.
Well, welcome.
I don't know.
We can do it. We can certainly do a full recap.
Yeah,
We can go
let's
back to the
do
previous one.
A quick overview. We don't have to go into every crazy specific detail, but
Yeah. So starting on January 31st, the end project, I'm going to be referring to it as TEP from here on out. They posted a few different videos that pretty much all that was in there had some binary in there for us to decode, which came out to the password for zeroday, which was used to log into the website to pretty much see that there's a timer and that more is to come. And the timer expired for today at noon, which is when they updated their website to remove the timer and add today's video. If people decided to message TEP the password, they would respond with this exact message right here, exactly how this is formatted. From here, you will notice that there are certain letters specifically capitalized. Those give us the word Caesar here. We don't necessarily know exactly what Caesar is going, or Cesar, however you want to say that, will stand for in the future, or how we're to use it. My understanding is that we are going to be using it for some form of Caesar cipher, which, if someone can correct me on this, we did eventually use it as a Caesar cipher.
I don't remember doing so.
I know I didn't do it. So
Yeah, I don't think we have yet. I think that is eventually where it will be.
There's a couple things throughout this whole process that we've uncovered, which have never come to light, and or we still don't understand why it's important yet.
Yeah, so it's just keep this in the back of your mind knowledge for the minute, but that's what I think it will be. In some of the other videos they posted in this time period, there was Japanese that translated to decode the code, which is for zeroday. I don't remember how we got to here.
that was in red text on one of the videos.
Okay, yeah, so that was there. I don't really remember half of what everything goes from.
It was just when everyone was trying to figure out the password, we didn't understand that we needed that Caesar shift, the Caesar cipher shift. And if you don't know what a Caesar cipher shift is, just do a quick Google of it.
I'll get to decode. Also, if you all don't know about this website, this is an amazing website where you can look up a bunch of different codes.
It's got a shit ton of different ciphers in it. So if you ever have an issue or you want like an easy go-to for like
pretty much anything. So if we did like I have it set up right here. So we have the word unicorns. If we just shift the entire English alphabet from A to Z by 19 characters, if I encrypt this, it will encrypt it into some code. So what it's doing is it's shifting over all the letters in the alphabet by one direction, whether or not it's forwards or backwards. So like right here, they're doing a Caesar of shift 3. So this it shifts the entire alphabet backwards by 3 letters. So A would become D, B becomes E, and so on and so forth throughout the whole thing. and then you just basically whenever you type a letter A, it will always print out as D. So that's how a Caesar cipher works. But so I think I don't know if we confirmed that this confirmed to zeroday. If someone did confirm that,
Yeah, it does.
yeah. So it did. TEP at some point in this time period said something has faded, that a signal no longer remains. And in some of the very early videos, there was a background audio clip of someone speaking in binary. But I pulled out that audio. It translates to absolute gibberish. I don't think that there is any reference behind it, especially since it's basically just 101010 over and over
I think
again.
it was just for aesthetics on the video. There's a couple weird things in the videos that we discovered are stock images or stock videos, and they are definitely misleading. And we did deep dive searches on what they could mean, and then there's a lot of dead ends that are just there for visual purposes.
Yes, so this is most certainly one of them. On the 4th of February, they posted a set of images, and in the images they had captions on them, and each caption had one word in all caps. If you were to compare all three of those words together, it would come to the biggest bug, which I believe someone Googled was some form of a grasshopper. Most of us decided to comment the words "the biggest bug" in the comments. I noticed that TEP said DM and then this specific emoji, this grasshopper emoji or cricket emoji. So we did that, and they reacted with an hourglass emoji to it. On the 11th of February, they posted another block of Japanese text, translates as follows, basically telling you to go back, look for the password in the clue, and send a private message, and they'll tell you the Caesar clue here.
We didn't include all of the pictures inside of the SitRep. The SitRep just has basically text information.
Yeah, I not this first one. I'm still going back, and I'm going to go back and start adding it up into here and like finishing out this one. Like I have the next today's done. 13th of February, we pulled out this encrypted text on a video that said Visioneer lost his name, and name was all caps. We noticed that this needed to be used with a Visioneer cipher, and if you use the word name as the key, you get these three phrases. And we also discovered that if you did a Caesar cipher on it, it spits out these three phrases as well. Then on the 15th, they posted another video that said that they would begin initiation to be or no, this wasn't a video. This was an email. No, this wasn't a video. Sorry, today has been chaotic. I am losing my.
It's been a very long week.
It has been a very long week, and today has been very hectic for me. But so they posted a video, and inside it you had to pause, screenshot, and then adjust an image to reveal this hidden message. We pulled this out by essentially just increasing the exposure of the video all the way to be able to read it. We don't know how this ties in yet, per se. Like, what is 01? What is the clue hidden in our private messages? And what you might conquer. Hello, welcome. I personally believe this relates to this Caesar clue, which I have some new ideas about what this may relate to now after some stuff in today's video. On the 20th of February, they posted a base 64 code string. In one of their videos, if you were to decrypt that, it translates to, "Are you ready to receive your role?" Everyone who messaged or posted a comment, we didn't really hear back from that other than they liked it and that they noted that they saw it. On the 23rd of February, the Discord was started. That day, we also received an email that contained these 3 letters and symbols in there. So we know that that's confirmed. That same day, they also posted a reel which had this as a description. It was also in the video as well, but it was formatted like this. There's separate spacing in between here. So this one has more words. This one only has 3. I feel that there might be something behind this, but I'm not sure.
Dude, yeah, I was trying to translate it the other way. I should try to translate it
That way.
that way, yeah.
Yes. So we only really believe that the first one was accurate at the time. And at the time, we believe it translates to the deer name is Ashida. And we sent that to TEP, and they said this information needs to be refined. 3 days later, on the 26th, they put up another.
Hold on.
What's up?
Real quick, under the deer name is Ashida, Species is the one that that coined that.
Yeah.
If you can just mark his name down just real quick.
Okay.
Can I intervene for a second? When I tried to decipher this as well. So what I got was this, and I asked them, and they gave me an hourglass symbol. So what I managed to translate this to is from ancient Greek, actually, not directly through English in terms of associating letters. I give you notes, keep the vows. Of vows as in promises. I don't know if that means anything. I asked them, and they just gave me an hourglass. Didn't say anything.
The other day, Mozilla went on a fucking absolutely dismal translation spree.
We're not there yet. Hold on.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later.
That is way far from now.
All right.
But ancient Greek, I didn't even think about that.
And it's the same with almost the same with Latin, but it's pretty much the same message.
But just to make a quick little asterisk to your point, one of us did message, or I think it was Mozilla was messaging them about different languages, and they were like, no, we don't deal with other languages, we deal with the unknown. Basically, they were saying that their messages are in English, but they use numbers and ciphers and symbols, but not like off the wall translations on languages. Now, like if it is like Japanese, it's just a straightforward thing, but we're not expected to decipher kanjis or Greek phases or,
just so a whole new language.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
It's all based out of English language and pretty much strictly only the English alphabet, to get our end messages, unless it's a phrase for a song or something very specific, but
yeah,
a name.
But so following 3 days later on the 26th, they uploaded another reel. Inside that reel, it included this content on here that's basically an equation with another symbol, which we believe this symbol right here, or set of 2 symbols here, ties back into this cipher code up here.
Which
none of us
we're nicknaming TEP code for now.
Yeah, none of us know how to use this equation fully. Like none of us understand exactly how to use it.
I hit it with somebody on our server. I forgot
was doing math. They were doing math.
They actually broke it down, but I think it was using ChatGPT to understand it. But it's an overly complicated math equation, and I looked it up on ChatGPT as well. And essentially, it's a lot of extra fluff. And if you get rid of it and you theorize certain things, then you can get to that number. But we still don't have an actual mathematical process
Yeah.
that like works to get that answer.
So in the same reel, they also included Morse code on there. That Morse code, when you bring it into English, it translates to, if you can't solve the equation, this, you're smart enough to find the Morse. And it says the number is 22, so the letter of the symbol is question mark. We're pretty confident that means the letter V is equal to this symbol right here. We sent it to them, and they said that there is more letters that we are missing. Just outright, they just straight up said you're missing stuff still. I also
Which now that we know that there's
hold on.
1 to 3, yeah, I'll let you.
We're not there yet.
Wait,
Quit jumping the gun. I will mute you.
Okay.
Gaffed and gagged.
I will mute you if I have to.
I'll shut up.
But so also earlier, before we received this, about 12 hours prior to, I received this equation as well privately in a DM because I sent them this exact string of text to them. I pulled that out from looking at the web code of the website, and that is the name of the favicon. And prior to today, on the password site, their logo was also named that file. And so I got this equation early. I did not get the Morse code. I only got the equation. I had no clue what the fuck it was. They also sent out an email that day as well, and it said, look beyond the numbers, break them down. Not everything adds up the way. They also reposted these letters in the bottom of that email as well. The next day, they posted a story in it, and it said, did you see what happened yesterday and what happened in 1852? We also noticed that there was a specific piece of music in there. I believe it was Beethoven's Fidelio Minuet in G major. Actually, yeah, it's right there. I can't read, apparently. There was, I'm not even the stress. It's just the chaos of this whole past week. I'm wiped. The person in the video that there was today is also in this video. And there was like the same mask that he wears is in the bottom left corner of one of the images. Well, in image 2 on the post from February 4th, the biggest bug post.
Also seen at the end of the newest video.
Yes, also seen at the end of the newest video, but we're getting there. We picked out that, did you see what happened yesterday? Well, more specifically, what happened in 1852 relates to Ada Lovelace and Charles Babbage. And Ada Lovelace had a program that was, an unfinished program that was titled Note G that was also untested. She died in 1852, which is how we eventually got this knowledge that she was there. And Charles Babbage solved the Vigenère cipher, so that's how we connected the two. Someone noticed that on February
the Ocelot
27th, that Amazon Web Services unveils an Ocelot chip, which is the first quantum computing chip as well, which ties into, did you see what happened yesterday? In TEP said it's too early for this answer, specifically to the you being sent about the Ocelot chip. On that day as well, Unicorn messaged them this about Charles Babbage and the Vigenère cipher, and that he thought that he was grasping at straws there. TEP said, you're doing good. This information will help in the future. We also held a SitRep on this day as well, and in the middle of that, someone found this GIF hidden on the website.
Pisses me off now because I thought it was gonna be something to do with the timer. I really thought
We
by the
don't
time we ran
know
out, we
who
would see sparklers,
started.
and that didn't happen.
We went
don't
on
know.
like a 15-minute tangent trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we don't know what this is. It is still on the website in the code. It's hidden in there. It's still there.
Underneath like a placeholder for an Easter egg that doesn't exist.
Well, it exists, but I don't think anything is calling it at the minute. There is a call for it. I just could not get it to physically show onto the website, and I was really
Did we look
trying.
for it today?
It's still on there.
Okay. Like
Yeah, it's still
unchanged?
there. Yeah, I don't know if anything else new is calling it, but I do know that it is still on the site. I'd have to pull the site and look through it in VS Code because it's much easier to look for it that way.
Wait, go back. At the what is end access denied? That was a side quest that we all missed, so it's over now. And that's been confirmed.
We apparently missed this. I want to know what it still relates to. I still want to know what that is.
That thing's still grinding in my head.
I know, yeah, it's really bugging me. So if we go to today, today's
oh
SitRep,
my god.
So yeah, this one's a lot more detailed for just.
I saw the size of the bar. I was like, oh fuck. We're gonna be here till like 10.
Well, it's about the same length as this one, but this one was covering a whole month.
Yeah.
This one is covering
3 videos?
3 days. 3 days.
Shit. All right. Buckle up.
So, on Friday, the 28th February, they posted a reel early in the fucking morning. So I did not do work at all on Friday. They posted the "We Need Help" reel, which this video still fucking pisses me off.
What pisses you off about that one?
This fucking binary code.
Didn't we find out what that is?
We did find out what that is. It still pisses me off.
Yeah, that's why it pisses you off. Yeah, okay.
I even looped in my uncle yesterday to help me work on this.
So fucking ridiculous.
But so inside that reel, they had a string of binary code. It was this binary code. As of Friday, when I noted this, we haven't figured out what it is, but we use some binary extractors to extract the text. I have not uploaded what my uncle and I worked on. I will get to that in a second. But for the most part, if you go from binary to ASCII text, you get this. If you go to UTF-16, you get this, which hourglass symbol, which kind of ties into all the hourglass reacts that they were doing. If you go into ASCII UTF-8, you get this information. And then if you go to UTF-16 Big Endian, you get that weird monstrosity, which I thought had
whatever the fuck that is.
Something behind it. Unicorn God, something. Hang on, let me read here.
Technically irrelevant now.
Yeah, well, as of the time, because I'm noting SitRep information day by day in real time now as we go, like reviewing the day's events. That way we all know what happened on what days. Even if stuff is wrong, we know like what we did, so that way we know not to do it again for that information. But yeah. So Unicorn God said the final result hints at a cryptic message. This, I don't remember exactly how you got that, but it's possibly a jumbled or contextual word.
I had like a whole list of different possible outcomes because I started
of this
having things translate that into just weird shit, and I ran a ton of different ciphers with it. Got nowhere.
Yeah, and Ria believes that it could be another cipher instead because she stole it, so it may not be actual binary. What's up?
Code says hello.
Hello. What's up, Maz?
They posted about the SitRep on the Instagram page.
Wait, what?
It's on their story. It was 3 minutes ago. Whisper reached me.
Yeah.
The SitRep is happening. Now a recap of everything. Unfolding in real time. Live chat.
I
live
don't
mic,
see it.
connecting behind the scenes. They told me.
Now I
I'm
see
telling
it.
you. Go listen on Discord. Be part of it.
I messaged them, inviting them.
Yeah,
Keeper.
But I said that we were recording it. So you're here in
Hello,
spirit.
Tep. If you're here, hello, Tep.
Hello and welcome.
So a few days ago, I reached out to him, formally inviting them. Oh, well, yeah, on Friday I did. I reached out to him, formally inviting them into this SitRep. So that way they could just be a part of it and watch it. And if they had any information for us, they could share it with us if they so choose to.
Funny.
Like, come on, who are you?
I'm sending them a thank you for the notification.
All right, but so inside the we need help reel, the text is as follows: we need help. That specifically was without audio. I feel that there is something that has to do with that because that was specifically without audio, like fully. They were just talking about how people were tracking, reanalyzing, building. They mentioned that someone was making sure they knew. They mentioned she stole the cipher and they can't use it anymore, and that you need to contact something about that in a minute here. They also said he has the real code. The structure is forming and the cycle is closing. This is the moment to step in. A hidden space is growing. Those who build, those who decipher, those who see beyond the surface. They're talking about us there in particular in this Discord. And they were hinting at others to find us, per se. And they said that we are moving forward. The first milestones are being reached. Connections are forming and society is evolving. And the door won't stay open forever, which we believe this hints at them going to be deleting information off either their Instagram, deleting information off of their website, and now their YouTube, because they have a YouTube now as of today.
So the door won't stay open forever. I think that's because when the timer hits 0, you can no longer sign up for the newsletter. The door for the newsletter is closed forever, and I think we might get clues based like through the newsletter still.
Probably,
But
again,
that
door,
yeah.
So all those people who want to get those clues, they're gonna have to come to us now for the clues now.
So no posting newsletters in general.
Yeah, do not post newsletters in general. If you see a newsletter is sent, you can mention that a newsletter was sent, but do not post the contents of it. Allow us to review it, and then we can reveal the information from the newsletter in a following SitRep.
Well said.
Yes. And that the keeper is waiting, and then they posted that binary string and then their call sign of the end project at the end of it. So a few of us reached out to them with varying responses. Ilias asked about she who stole and was told that time ran out. Crematorium, after sending the previous SitRep to TEP, TEP said that they've gone deeper than most and watching them, and that does not go unnoticed. Crematorium asked if they are she, to which TEP liked the message. Crematorium proceeded to ask how to contact and was told that time ran out. Crematorium also asked if they should proceed to continue to relay messages and was told that information flows both ways. Understand what it means if they choose to continue. I asked to get in contact with the keeper, and they asked if I was sure, confirming. They asked again if I was sure, mentioning that I don't know if the keeper is good or bad yet. I said, yes, I want to get in contact. And then they said to who I believe I was talking to, the keeper said, you seek answers yet hesitate. What is your question? I didn't know I had to ask a question, so
yeah, that's
I
the
asked.
brash character Unicorn was talking about, isn't it? The abrasive one, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're very cold and harsh. one.
Yeah. I didn't know that I needed to have a question for him. So I asked, where's the door and how to exit and step outside of the system. And I was told these questions are wrong and that time had ran out. Then I proceeded to send the formal invite and then proceeded after that to send when one door closes, another open, to which they like that message. Me asking to get in contact with the keeper apparently triggered a timed event trap
30 seconds.
for well, no, not that one, a different one.
That was
the 30
the
seconds
2 minutes one, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one was the 2 minutes one. And this was global for everyone apparently, so oops, my bad. I did not know I was doing that.
We did that shit twice.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell them about the conspiracy?
What do you mean?
There's a lot of conspiracies. It'll probably pop up in the timeline as we go through the SitRep.
About the saboteur.
It'll come up. Just give it a second. It'll come up. Information's coming. On Friday, we also discovered that the account was created in Italy specifically, so a lot of things about their timing and responses are kind of based around the time in Italy. So we've noticed that they kind of stop responding after a certain time in the day. We think it's just due to the fact that it is like super late in Italy and that they are going to bed at that point in time. We also reviewed and archived all of the names of the songs from every post. And we also grabbed all the videos from every post and archived them in our server. In some of the videos, in one of the glitch patterns, and this was one of those red herrings that they used that was stock images, there was a specific part that looked like a barcode, and we really stretched that thing out, and it just was gibberish and did not have any results. So now, yesterday, they posted another reel, which we knew this one was coming based off of prior messages. I specifically believe the first one when you send them the password saying that more information was coming. They posted a reel. It was that one right there. Sorry, I recorded this. It's weird, but inside the reel, it had a string of text that they encoded using @bash, which basically what @bashes does is it splits it, like it takes the first letter and swaps it with the last letter, so A becomes Z, and then B becomes Y, and it goes through the whole alphabet like that. So using @bash, if you convert this text, it says she is dead. They also mentioned Caesar and Visioneer before mentioning @bash. This was how we figured out that we needed to run this through the @bash cipher. There may be other possible encryptions of this text that we don't know yet. I don't know if anyone has tried them yet. If anyone would mind telling me now, that would be beautiful. If not, no worries. We can try it later. We believe that this also ties into this she ties into the she from the day before up here. Hide that to make scrolling faster. We believe that it ties into she who stole the
Too far
she
up.
who stole the cipher. No, right there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for the yellow text below.
No, not the yellow text. Because it's like she stole the cipher, she who stole. They're same person we're talking about. I believe that this she is dead still refers to that as well. Someone did do a Caesar 14 and it spat out the name is prior to doing the @bash.
Yeah, I found that out.
And so then the second code in the video led to our Discord again using an invite made by Ria. Basically, the way that they set that up was it had plain text for discord.gg, and then the actual invite link was encoded in base 64. The description of the reel has the same cipher as before, this code, and mentioned that there would be another email today with another clue to it. We haven't fully read everything yet because we're still catching up on today. We noticed, we found Joseph Marie Jacquard as well.
I love that his name's red.
Yeah, because he has a page related to him. by the way. But so we found Joseph Marie Jacquard. I forget where.
2 videos back in the comments, and it was a
video.
No, not where we found him.
Oh,
but where they mentioned to look for him.
It was like the 2 previous videos. The first one was the binary, the 6-digit binary code, which we could not figure out, and we kept coming up with gibberish for that one. And then there was another message after that shared the text on the screen of find Joseph Marie Jacquard, but then it also had a garbled audio, which if you slowed it down and put some filters on it, it literally just said Joseph Marie Jacquard.
Okay, so yeah, they really wanted us to find Joseph Marie Jacquard. We did find him.
I thought it was supposed to be his death place that we were looking for.
Yeah, we didn't know we were trying to. We found him. Text in the reel follows as now it's time to talk. You followed the signals and seen the patterns and started to understand. But now for the first time you face the keeper, zeroday, first gate. The moment you stepped beyond the surface, they showed the @bash code, text was blue, along with Caesar and Visioneer, and @bash text was blue again. Code test to measure your abilities and see beyond. First 3 roles, note 3. We don't know exactly what the 3 are. We believe that they relate to the keeper, the seekers, and the watchers. Yeah. Then they showed the base 64 Discord code, and it was in blue, along with a hierarchy forming within the society, and that was also blue. They mentioned a cipher, a language of our own, hidden only for those who truly belong. And that some of us have.
That is the TEP code with all the symbols.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's some of us have seen it, and some are still looking. They mentioned it. They asked if we would be ready for when the next piece of the puzzle arrives tomorrow, and another fragment of the puzzle will be sent by a newsletter, trying to get more emails and people to sign up to the email. They said that the keeper wants to speak to us directly, and that our rules, we will know more once we solve the distorted audio, which was Joseph Marie Jacquard. Find Joseph Marie Jacquard, which this was glitched, and then their call sign. Crematorium found Jacquard in the comments of the video from the day prior, which was
very late at night.
Yeah, it was very late at night. It was absolutely fucking wild that we found him.
And the comment was posted at the same time as the video.
Yeah, so none of us noticed it in the comments at all. The whole day. We went the whole day.
It was 1 hour after they posted, within 1 hour of them posting it.
Yeah, because we all jumped on the gun to go see it right away. But so we found him at the end of the day. We messaged him.
He had a telephone emoji next to his name.
Yeah.
Next to his comment.
I don't know exactly when all 3 of us received the message from him.
I was the first one awake, at least, to receive the message, but it was like 2:53 in the morning is when I got it, and I woke up at 4 in the morning. And at 4 in the morning, I just immediately shot up awake, and then it was a code that he responded, which decoded the binary from up above, and that's it's that code right there.
This code right here,
binary that we couldn't figure out.
This was the message that the 3 of us all received. We all received the exact same message, and it contained this binary. If you were to take that 6-digit binary and translate this code right here, it just spells out the word Jacquard again, because
Which
Fuck you,
what a
that's why.
yeah. So Jacquard is potentially a very large player in the game here. We don't know who, how, or who, or where, or what, or when that's going to come up and be important again. But
They are
really important. It's apparently incredibly important enough that they made sure that we heard of, that we knew Jacquard 3 times in one, like, all at once. So like that important.
Jacquard created the punch cards that the analytical engine ran off of.
That Node-G that Ada Lovelace was working on. Yeah. So now events of today, zeroday. And this is where this gets pretty complex. I don't have
happy zeroday, everyone.
Happy zeroday, everyone. Let's get a big old clap in with the soundboard really quick for it. Just golf clap it.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Woo.
So I'd like to mention I do still have a tab open before the page refreshed. And it's the web page with the timer at 0.
Oh, can you take a screenshot of that? That's I want that. I want that image.
Save the web page as is right there.
Yeah, also save the web page as is.
So just right click save as? Is there a different way of doing
this? Are you on Mac or Windows?
PC. Yeah, Windows.
I don't know if you can do that on Windows per se. I can do it on Mac for sure. But I don't know if
save page as export
and then web page complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sven, do you want me to just recap real quick this tiny section here?
Wow.
I mean, if you want to, I can keep going. I can keep going. It's not a problem for me to keep going.
Okay. You want me to return back to it once you're done?
Yeah, we'll return back to it once I'm done. But so today at 12 Eastern Standard Time, they updated the website. They took down the countdown clock. A ton of text was removed and a video was uploaded onto the site. And that video is also available on YouTube as well. They have created a YouTube account today. So if you aren't subscribed to it, I would consider going and subscribing to it. Same name as the Instagram. Unicorn message TEP. Why does the cipher matter? Using the Jacquard code that we just got earlier. And I'm going to be referring to that as JC from here on out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too. But TEP responded with this whole string of encrypted TEP cipher or TEP code
in 2 separate messages.
Yeah, that's 2 separate messages that he received. I just haven't listed here together. We started decoding it, and we believe this reads as, because it holds the key and it depends on who you are speaking to. So notable things about this means that the original encryption of the dear name of Ashita is partially correct when we plug in everything we know from this into this. Words really start to make sense here because we can piece words together, especially from this word right here. That word has pretty much everything solved right there once we do it, other than 2 letters. So it's very readable then.
I'll go over it in detail after this.
Yeah, he'll go over it in a second. But because of that, we notice that some words, such as this one right here, this little hexagon symbol is very critical and important, apparently. But we discovered that the cipher used to decode TEP code is also a shifting cipher, meaning that a lot of these symbols potentially can mean different letters. behind them, we've started a spreadsheet to document all possible meanings of each letter in the TEP code. You all will be able to access it once I upload this SitRep file into the Discord. It's publicly available. Just please do not delete anything. I do have a hard copy of it that is not connected to the online one. So if something goes wrong, please message me and I will go in and re-update it.
Did you put in that spreadsheet?
No, I haven't pinned it yet. I'll be uploading the link. Will be right here for everyone to go grab to. I'll probably pin it somewhere else in a second here once we're done with this meeting. So TEPS management exists as well. We're making ourselves known publicly now in the server. The announcement of some information is a lot of information in here actually was being delayed on purpose because we believe there was a leak and that there was potential sabotage on our end to make things harder for us. So we were withholding critical bits of information, such as when I asked to get in contact with them, I did not post any of those messages publicly in the server. They are in the server, and we can get people roles that they need to see those messages because we have released that information publicly today. But I didn't want people seeing that we had extra stuff going on in case there was a mole and a leak and they found out that we were figuring stuff out way faster than they were prepared for.
It wasn't just DJ said he's been, it was also me.
Yeah.
So the blame doesn't lay on one person.
Yeah, it's not just us, but we always intended to make all knowledge public. We were just delaying the release of it so that way stuff wouldn't so that way someone wouldn't accidentally trigger a time trap that would lock out us from solving clues or getting the right question prepared in advance. Essentially,
also, we were afraid that when they were talking about she stole the cipher, that it was somebody from our Discord that essentially backfired them in a sense. But then we found out later it was just part of the story building with this.
Yeah. And then I'd say about 3 hours ago now, TEP reached out directly and requested to have a silent watcher installed into the server. From what we know, they're just going to be keeping an eye on things in the server, how we're doing, and alerting us of any changes that need made in the server. Here is the actual message that we received. A few things as of note in here is that they're not going to interfere with anything. They're going to observe. They want to make sure that this space grows in alignment with the society's vision and that there are roles within the N society, as we all know, and they're going to extend them into the Discord as well. Their person installed in here does have the ability to create those roles and add them to people as they go. They say that is something that they will do on their end based off of their internal evaluations. So we are now a part of the N Society officially. Another golf clap inbound here in just 1 second. Beautiful. And I haven't transcribed the text in the video yet. I will be doing that, and once I have that done, I'm gonna throw this document up into the SitReps channel on the server. Some other fun news. We want to introduce membership cards to the server just for fun because let's have some fun in the server because we might as well have extra fun. So we want to make custom membership cards for people in the server. They're going to have encrypted binary on the back of them. I can actually pull up pictures.
These cards were painstakingly designed by Sven over the past 4 days.
Yours truly, like 2-3 days or so. But this is just kind of what I do for fun on the side. But okay, here we go. I got them. No, not that. I gotta get out full screen. So the cards are going to look. Gosh, they disappeared. They're going to look like this bottom one right here. This string of binary right here was not just randomly made. It was specifically encrypted using a series of encryption steps. Everyone will be able to choose what the encrypted keyword that this is going to represent as. If you want to obtain one of these, they are going to be free for at least a print or in digital files. I am looking into the possibility of getting them physically made on actual, like either PVC or metal cards, and seeing how much that would cost to make. And if I find something reasonable that I would consider reasonable, I will mention a possible price if you want to obtain one, if it isn't that bad of a kill on my budget for me.
I would give you so much money for a metal card.
I honestly think these would be super cool as a metal card personally. But so if you do want one, just please DM me an 8-letter alphanumeric keyword. If it's shorter than 8 letters, I just ask that you add zeros to the end of it. You can use its capitalization does not matter because it's going to end up being I'm going to capitalize it all anyways, but just keep it at 8 or shorter, and yeah, I'll get to work on those. So does anyone have any additional information they want to go over?
Starting off, the bold letters in the messages, or not bold letters, bold words in the messages.
That is important.
I want us to pull all of our bolded words together in one place. I want to know what the translated name of the watcher is, because I haven't sat down to fucking decrypt that yet.
More importantly,
it's words. It's whole words that are bolded in the messages.
More importantly, I think that we should have someone tasked to asking everyone for their messages and what they've learned so far with the TEP Society. So that way, if we can pull as much information as possible all together to make public for everybody in the server here, that might help us out dramatically with future ciphers and or endeavors.
I can actually assume that role of archiving because I actually like that. I can do it for like 3-4 hours a day tops. That way.
All right. Yeah. Then you've now assumed the role of the archiver.
Also,
unofficial title right now.
I also did receive a strange message when I sent with the Jacques binary, and I typed in "thank you." He responded with "today" with 3 dots at the end of it. I don't know if that's just them referencing zeroday, or if it's something else. Because I said zeroday after that, and I got no response, no like, no nothing.
So I took a look at the videos again, and there was no more visual hidden codes than we've already gotten, as well as I went through every single video so far other than the latest one on the YouTube, which I have not analyzed on a spectrogram, but I analyzed all the other ones in Audacity on a spectrogram to see if there's any hidden codes or messages or pictures inside of the audio in the background, and there is not. But there may be in the future. So, but yes, I am going to always analyze all of the audio for the spectrograms on that.
Beautiful. The video and the audio are in archive currently.
Okay, cool.
Are we going to take over the newsletter here, or?
Yeah, I could pull that up really quick.
Hold on. Let me go over the how I came to the conclusion of the TEP code.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna get that newsletter pulled up in the background.
So when Sven and I. Hi, I'm Dylan, by the way. Dylan, aka Unicorn God.
Hi, Dylan. Sorry, this is
I I was talking with Sven in our channel, which is now called Temp Withheld Info. That is available for the roles of the accomplished, which are anybody that's participated. I got to go through over the past couple of hours. A bunch of people joined and a couple people chimed in, so we got to adjust the roles for them as well. But it's like it's an archive of like private conversations between Sven and I discussing the possibilities of a saboteur amidst our Discord. And so we were basically just trying to keep everything information flowing as best we could without revealing anything that would backfire on us, as well as the fact that Sven accidentally triggered a time event and didn't even realize it. But by the time that even he had finished answering, by the time I even myself went to chime in, I had already lost the time, and so I wasn't even able to even ask a single question. But there's a whole bunch of conversation which are still in there and will be archived, as well as Ilias, you will be transcribing later on. But
And collecting all the videos from everyone.
Yeah.
Or not videos, pictures from everyone, or messages.
Yeah. And
how should I approach that? Should I message you directly on Instagram to ask you here?
I think you should go through each member of starting with, probably management, and then working your way down through the accomplished, and then because that way once we get new people on, we can ask them to share information, share their messages. But yeah, so anyways, there's a couple different conversations that we had with TEP between Sven and I that led to very cryptic but like technically revealing answers as to what we needed to do and what we were to expect. And then on top of that, when I asked them a question about everything that's been going on, and there's you can eventually go back and look through the texts about it, but they said something along the lines of the only variable is perception. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but when I was messaging them super late or super early in the morning about that the JC code, I said, I had found him, and then afterwards I asked a couple questions, never got a response, and then afterwards I just decided on a whim it would be fun to poke fun at them sending us cryptic messages. Well, I'll just send them a message as well, and so I just decided, why does the cipher matter? And then their response was those two separate lines of symbols of the TEP code. So I decided to start decoding that, and Sven, immediately pointed out, well, like that large word had a whole bunch of different letters in it that we already had. And then it came out to be either defends or depends. And the word previous to it was only two characters. So it's like, oh, it depends. And I'm like, well, I asked them a direct question, and then they gave me what I assumed to be a direct response. So because of that, I then started charting out the possible scenarios of like the different letters that it could be. And then I would put that, all those letters from depends amongst the other symbols in those two messages. And then that eventually, that started, you're live streaming right now.
Yeah, I'm showing it right
now. If you go over to archive, I think, or resources. If you go over to resources and you scroll up a little bit, this was my jumbled little shit show of a code that I was just picking apart and trying to understand what was actually going on. And the reason why I was so confused at first was because if you keep on decoding, you'll notice that there were certain symbols that had two different letters that worked. Which didn't make sense to me until I kept on poking around on it. And then I was like, oh, well, it depends on blank, blank, oh. Well, that should be who. And then the next after that, it's EO. And I was like, wait a minute, like, that's not a word, but like, it depends on who. And then after that, I kind of started to realize that each symbol contains either 1 to 3 different letters of like an actual answer. And then fast forward, it eventually came out to the it depends on who is asking it.
And here's the chart.
Or it depends on who you are asking.
This is but this is the chart of all the symbols and what letters they correspond to. This is just how Obsidian formats it for me to show it all in Obsidian. It looks nicer on the actual spreadsheet though. Like, trust me, this is just for my eyes really to see. But it's exactly the same content. If not, it's actually less than what's on there.
So the cipher itself can be, it depends on who you're speaking to, but it can also be a completely different phrase, which led us to trying to figure out what the original cipher, the TEPS cipher that they posted on their Instagrams was, where we had the deer name is Ashita, but now it could be the real date is Ashita. Now Ashita could also now mean different things because we still haven't finished translating this whole cipher yet. There's still more to learn and more to reveal about it. And even then, it may be hidden behind another cipher very potentially as well. So there's a lot of correspondence between us and TEP that you can actually go back and look through and read over to get a better understanding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I finally, I think I cracked the code at like 11:30 or like 11 o'clock in the morning. It was very, very last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing that needs work, there was that flash message in the new video that said squiggly line is born now. I think somebody said it could have been L.
That was me. It translates to L on the translation that I came out with. When I sent them the message, because it holds the key, it depends on who you were speaking to. They immediately hearted the message. And that's when I was like, well, shit, that was it. That's the outcome. But again, is the TEP code set in stone? No. Is the TEP code potentially evolving? Is there more to it? Yes. Like there may be way more to the TEP code than we can even fathom. Because even if we have set letters and whatnot that it can come out to, they could also create Caesar ciphers or veneer ciphers out of that. They could create @bash ciphers, and it all could stem from the actual TEP code itself, which is, again, a shifting letters code, which also there may be numbers in the future that we don't know about either.
And then melody conceals patterns, time conceals truth, from the same frame in that video.
Hey, I
Yeah.
thought the
The
biggest
only
problem.
thing that we haven't analyzed with all of the videos is music theory.
So there was actually
Um,
one more thing. The last thing I have to put in. Sorry, I'm just getting antsy. I don't know if anyone else noticed. It was in the newsletter and it was at the end of the video. It could be nothing. I could be overthinking it, but it seems like they do everything with purpose. It doesn't say the end society. It says the ends society.
Yeah, there's an extra S now. Should I pull up the newsletter now, or are we not showing that on here?
I think Unicorn had more to say before we did that.
I was going to say, I think we should leave the newsletter off, but we should just go over a rough.
So what we could do is stop the recording and then pull the newsletter up for people in here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep.
All right.
As far as the end of the video goes, just one more thing. We don't have anyone that's extremely strong in like math theory, and we don't have anyone that's extremely strong in music theory.
I
So-
might be able to find someone good in music theory just due to the place that I work at, being a music company. So,
Turn now.
the spectrograph or the spectrograph of the audio is one thing. Understanding note structure and the like melodies of like what the notes are playing in the background could potentially relate to notes on like a sheet music, which could potentially translate to braille, which could potentially translate to punch card, which could then be translated back into hexadecimal or binary, which could then be translated into text or, you know, other ciphers. So it's important that we figure out the music theory approach, because that's the one thing that they said today, which was about the melodies.
I was just thinking about being a fucking
Time signatures, you know, notes, all of that. Like it's if you understand music theory, there is code behind that in a raw sense.
Something else I just found out is that colors are important. That is what I've just been told.
Crematorium pointed out a while back that there was a video that had a whole bunch of different colored like blocks, like a bunch of weird square glitches, and I told him that it was probably nothing but like purposely forced artifacts. That is, I'm going to rescind that comment, and now there may be purpose to that. You know, all of that, the glitching, all of the colors.
Yeah, the rainbow block.
Yeah. Which we still don't know if that's important or not.
Is there anything else that you want to add to the video before I stop recording?
Yes, so I'm going to be posting this link here into the server. I'm going to post it into announcements. Well, this is a wonderful tool. Basically, you should be able to just pop in and it will allow us to see when is the best time for everyone available to meet for the next one. Next SitRep, I think we should try to shoot for at least within another week. Probably next weekend would work best, but I have it set from Thursday through Monday just in case we need more time. Just as like the next like scheduled SitRep. There of course could always be emergency SitReps where we need to have an emergency meeting day of because something literally like game changing like suddenly happens where we might need to have like an emergency one. If we do that, we will try to alert as soon as we can possibly do so to try and get as many people in so that way we are pooling everything together easier. But I'll be posting this in announcements here in a few minutes.
Inside of internal memos is where we will be posting announcements about meetings and whatnot. So make sure to keep your notifications on for internal memos.
Oh, I didn't say it because everyone was talking. So I did send the reply. Thank you for the announcement. It's greatly appreciated by management. They liked it. They acknowledged it. I also told them what my username was in Discord, and they liked it and acknowledged it.
that was the original message that I sent with the three of us. Leading on to that point, as far as the roles go, the TEPS management of this server, essentially the moderators and whatnot, are myself, Unicorn God, and Sven, DJ SETI, as well as Quaid, Crematorium, Nesquik, and Mozilla. So if you need any additional information, or if you want to reach out and like contact us about something that you think is important, please do. And we'll try our best to get on top of whatever it is and or point you in the right direction, because it may or may not have been mentioned or archived or put into resources. So yeah. Yeah, anything that you may think is a clue, make sure you post in general, and keep any theories that you have. Try to keep the theories up into theories. That's where we can go like batshit tinfoil on.
Oh shit. Sorry, I just got a response. I said, I was just kind of being funny. I said, I don't think it brought more people in though, and then I put a sad face. And I went, maybe next SitRep. And they replied with, not all signals are heard the first time. Some take longer to reach the right minds.
No, they definitely brought in a fuckload of people. I have been watching our invite stream.
Oh no, I meant specifically for sitting in on the SitRep. Like we got a couple of new people, but not a lot of them.
Yeah, no, there have definitely been a bunch of new people coming in.
I saw the raid message on my phone. It was like a unusual join activity, raid detected or something like that.
And it started specifically when TEP sent their installment into the server, and I think it's purely just because that account had been made literally just seconds before, along with 3 others, and also that one had a really weird naming convention. So yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the
SitRep.
Second official SitRep. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep. Be sure to
questions for you guys here in the actual voice chat.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions, or does anyone need to mention anything, or does anyone want to add to the needs work section?
Hi, my name is Paul. I just joined today. Like I saw this while I was at work, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool, puzzles." But
hi, Paul.
So yeah, hi guys. I just I was kind of trying to follow along here. It's a lot to kind of unpack for me.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot to unpack, because it's easily a month's worth of content if you are just now joining, like that you have to catch up on, and that's partly why we're doing it. I think we are not. I kind of don't want to review the previous SitRep now that we're recording them.
I think moving forward,
if you missed the last one, please be sure to review it and watch the video of the previous one, and just go from there. That'll make it a lot faster, because this took way longer than I planned.
The only reason why we wanted to go over the first SitRep, which we missed, was because we didn't record the first SitRep. So now that we've recorded the first SitRep through this one, now we have the archive of it, so you can go over it, but also look at it yourself. And we'll also be cleaning up the archives and resources to make it a little bit easier as time goes on to go through.
Half of the first SitRep, but it just dragged on too long. Like I had to delete it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, thanks for welcoming me, guys, and I will definitely go through the archive. I just, I feel like I bit off. I definitely bit off more than I could chew.
I think we all did. Me especially. God, I was not ready to be the person, because for a while there they purely were using me to funnel everyone into here, like explicitly me. So I was like, oh, fuck.
Congratulations,
Now
you
that-
figurehead now.
I know.
Yeah.
I did not intend for that to happen,
Praise him.
but it
Yeah,
it just happened.
This is kind of crazy too, because me and my wife were watching Zero Day on Netflix,
Huh?
and this
Yeah,
stuff
so-
pops up, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
And so I just finished watching that. Like someone mentioned it sometime in the past week, and so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch this and see if it has any relevance. And then they said, oh, yeah, no, that has no relevance. And I was watching it, I'm like, nah, this show is actually pretty good. Like, I would recommend
yeah, it
people
is.
watch it.
Just for future reference, the End Society, they don't have any reference to Zero Day. They don't have any reference to
No.
any fashion brands, and they don't associate themselves with any pre-existing things or people, places.
Other than classical music and historical figures.
Yep.
Okay.
Literally, we're
So,
we're just as in the dark as you are of what this all really is.
Okay. And how do you get? Is the newsletter thing closed already?
Yes.
Or-
yeah, it's closed.
Okay.
But
I was
again,
we're gonna end the
we'll
live
be
stream.
posting updates of everything in here, so you can always follow along.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
gonna end the recording session, and then we're gonna pull over the newsletter for everyone to actually view it right now.
Okay.
Does that make
Because
you-
I just wasn't sure if it was like, is it worth me to go in there and try to do the whole password thing? And
There's no password.
Try to
anymore.
get access.
You can't enter a password anymore. All that entering
Okay.
the password did was get you to the site that it now displays, which just had a countdown timer on it. So there's no password site anymore. Yeah, that's gone.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
cool. Well,
like if you, just going over the archive and the resources and just seeing all of the different stuff will basically catch you up to speed as to where we are as well. Because again, there's so much that we have not even like understood or gotten to analyze yet, because we still don't have a bunch of resources. We don't have a bunch of ciphers, codes, keys.
It's
We're
like
missing
trying to-
so much stuff. And
oh,
I tried giving like a general overview of like how we were to them, and they responded as, you guys are just barely scratching the surface right now.
It's like trying to eat a sandwich by
Okay.
licking it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I like ask another question or say something else? I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
mean to talk over everyone.
No, go ahead.
Something else that I was looking at. I mean, as far as those symbols and stuff goes, like I don't know, an idea just popped in my head. I was like, okay, well, what if it's like Aramaic or Sumerian or like just, and maybe those symbols have like numbers attached to them, but I guess they
You
probably
know what
don't.
would be a
'cause
great
it's-
idea is if you actually look into it. And
Yeah, start doing it.
Oh, that's
Start,
what you
start
find.
looking into that. If you find something, let us know.
I received another message. They said that not all signals are heard the first time. I said couldn't have said it better. You definitely brought in about a dozen people into the server itself. Thank you again.
Oh, easily.
And
easily.
they replied with, people need time to grasp the weight of things. Every great revolution begins with the few who see before the many.
Gosh.
Yeah, this is wild. We don't even know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just wonder. I might have to also read like the Kabbalion again, or because a lot of there's like some mysticism in here, and there's like some hermetic principles that I'm seeing. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on? So I might have to.
There's so many
What?
tiny obscure things which we didn't think that mattered at first, and now they do. So
Everything's
like
on purpose.
keep it there, keep it talking, keep it in general. If you find something that's like that could be of use to us, throw it in resources. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
keeping the archive
So,
for mainly the videos and the screenshots and the audio and or like certain very important text messages from TEP and or like hints or clues.
To
Um,
note that Ilias earlier, like literally right before we started the SitRep, found this encyclopedia entry and suggested that we read it. So I'm going to take that advice and read it once we're done with this. I encourage
pretty
everyone
long.
to also.
So the reason
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
can I
ahead,
say-
Ilias. Yeah, go ahead.
So the reason I pointed this out is because, well, first of all, everything we've pretty much discovered until now is there in one way or another. The people are certainly there. And this is a theory, but pretty much the main contributor to the Industrial Revolution, which is the century in which, let's say, not most of these people, but the ones we've discussed so far have operated in. So they pretty much contributed to the lead up to the Industrial Revolution. So might be something. I have a theory, but that's tinfoil. So I'm going to post that.
No, it's not tinfoil because I confirmed it. If you go through, and eventually we'll have all of. I mean, you're going to be archiving it, but in my discussion, I said, like, the fact that do you have an Ocelot chip, which is what Crematory had discovered, like the Ocelot chip got announced, which is like a very high-end super quantum computing chip that is going to be dropping soon from, I think, AWS, the company. Mm-hmm. But so he messaged them about that, and they were like, this is like too far in the future. You don't need to worry about it right now, but it is relevant. And so then I messaged them based off of that message, and I was like, so we have like dead people from 1852, algorithms and cipher codes and quantum computing all in one fucking go. And like, that's what this is all about. And then they literally said, you're just barely scratching the surface, but yeah, like all of this is tied. All of this is tied together and confirmed by TEP. So we're all wearing fucking tinfoil hats right now.
Right I always have a tinfoil hat.
I mean, they literally just announced it. I don't remember exactly who said it, but from the message from TEP that they basically, because the information was of a few before, let's say in this context, the revolution. Actually, they did mention the revolution, didn't they? That those who held information before the revolution could basically be successful or something like that. This is tinfoil, but yeah. I'm thinking maybe they're preparing us for something, or they want us to create something or participate in something.
We're already
that magnitude.
We're already a part of it.
Yeah, this is now we are making history technically. How much of an impact our history makes depends on us and how much we band together and help each other out and work together.
No stone unturned.
So
my earlier messages with I asked them if we were gonna if this was leading up to the singularity, and they said it's not just one event. So then I asked if it's paradigm shift, and they didn't say no.
Okay.
Oh, I got some crazy theories that I still need to port out from the temp channel and into theories, but yeah, we all sound a little bit crazier the more we talk about this.
The recording is going on to an hour 30. Is there anything?
All right,
so we
yeah.
Final notes from anyone before we end the recording.
If you do try to go down a rabbit hole, be careful. They've told me patterns emerge where you choose to look, but not all patterns lead to truth. So just keep that in mind.
If you go down a rabbit hole, bring a rope to find your way out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like even if we get comfortable with one thing, that may not be the case in the future.
Yeah, I've tried myself down some rabbit holes.
That's a lesson by itself, so it's important because right now we're just being schooled. Basically, they're teaching us how to operate.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the recording.
Cool. So